Hi, I'm Jinan Wang, and that was the 8 Treasures of Long Life Tai Chi set that I just learned in China. And I demonstrated it in reverse on the video so that you can practice it in the correct direction. Now I'm going to go through some warm-ups and then explain as we go through the 8 movements very slowly and very carefully. We're going to start with a loosening up of the whole body, which in China you'll see people just doing this in the parks, and that is you're just sort of bouncing very loosely with your knees and keeping your back loose and straight, keeping your shoulders relaxed, head upright, and just bounce easily, and just close your eyes and just try to find your center and bob up and down. Normally I would want you to do this for about 5 minutes. So if you want to just stop the tape and just bounce for about 5 minutes, and then after, turn the tape back on and we'll continue. So after you've bobbed around for about 5 minutes and loosened up a little bit, now we're going to go into the rolls, the neck rolls, and loosen up the neck. And we begin by just rotating the neck, going back, up, and over, but not going all the way around, just going from one side to the left and then rolling out to the right side to the neck and then coming back around. We'll do this like 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now from the next, we're going to go into our shoulder rolls, going back with the shoulders 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from here we're going to go into our waist, put our hands on our hips, and we're just going to rotate around, keeping our head in one place. So rotating 5 times around each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did 6. We'll go back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll just keep our waist held in one place and we'll rotate around the top 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we go into our knees by feet together, hands on our knees, and making little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll just put our toe out and then lift it up and just rotate the ankles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then shake it out. The other side. Toe out first, then lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then shake it out. And now we begin to do the next set of stretches, which is just waving our hands up And just relax, just letting your arms go up and down, up and down. I do it sideways so you can see. And you can even kind of get a good momentum going. Just letting the body relax and stretch back and forth. You can do that for about 5 minutes and then start to swing back, letting arms fall on the sides, turning as we go. Keep your knees bent, rotating through the center, and just letting your arms flap on the sides. You can do this for about 5 minutes. Then we'll do the slapping under the ribs and over the shoulders. 1, 2, the other side, 3, 4, 5. And you can continue to do this, sort of loosening up the shoulders and under the ribs. Usually I do this for a little while to warm up. And then we're going to lightly tap our arms on both sides. Going all the way down through the back of the legs and the hips, the lower back, and then just chopping the shoulders up into the neck, and then just tapping the face and making eye around the eyes, and then rubbing your face. And now you're all warmed up. Okay, now we're warmed up, and I want to just give a few words about Tai Chi in itself. Tai Chi literally means big Chi. Tai meaning big, and Chi is the life force that moves through the body. We call the Chi force. And Tai Chi is an integration of the body, mind, and spirit using movement that brings harmony to the internal organs, to the immune system, to the lymphatic system, to the nervous system, to the vertebrae, to all the muscle groups, and it brings a certain clarity of mind. It's a remedy that doctors use in China. They prescribe Tai Chi as for many ailments, and it's been around for about 1,000 years. The movements originally were a long form that started with the Yang family, and it progressed into many other forms, which you might hear of as Wu, Sun, Chen, Chu, and so the style that I learned is the Yang style. This comes from the, I guess, the oldest family, and it has reduced itself down to the most economical movements, which are now called the 8. And it's taken the essential movements and combine them to mirror on each side, so you get a balanced movements. And I want to explain a little bit about what the balancing part, which is the Chinese believe that the center of the human body is here, just below the navel, about an inch below the navel. It's called the dantian. And from this place issues all power, all energy, and the balance starts here and moves out. So when we do our Tai Chi, I want you to get centered here rather than here or here. Center from here, stay in balance, keep the body relaxed, and stay focused that everything comes from here, from the waist, issuing out towards the hands, towards the feet. From the waist down, you want to feel a sinking, a grounding effect, sort of visualizing that your energy is sinking into the earth. And from the waist up, I want you to visualize yourself as a floating cloud, just almost transparent, just light as a feather. And your hands and all the movements are floating upwards. The movements themselves, think of them in terms of curvatures and movements. So nothing comes to a stop and then moves in right angles. Everything turns, comes to an end, and waves back. It's like movement is in circular motions. So all the movements are the hands, the body, doesn't just come to a stop, but move back and forth like a wave. And the idea of yin and yang, which was the principle of Tai Chi, falls into the movement. So we're always moving from yin to yang, from aggression to a passivity receiving. And you'll see as we do the movements where that plays back and forth. So I think with that, I think you want to keep in mind the balancing is always coming from the center, floating up wherever we're moving, and to stay as balanced as you can without effort in the beginning, trying to stay balanced, trying to stay centered, and as we do the movements and as you practice them over and over, look for where they integrate. All the separate movements tend to flow into each other, so it's one continuous movement and one continuous piece, like a orchestrated music. So let's start the Tai Chi. So the first thing we're going to learn is standing in a centered position. The standing position would be shoulder length apart, feet are parallel, you unlock the kneecaps, you take the curve out of the lower back by dropping the sacrum so your back is flat. You might check your hand just to see that there's no curve. And then you lift up through the chest, you drop the shoulders, and relax the hands to the sides. You elongate the back of the neck by lifting up, and it drops the chin slightly. And imagine an axis from the top of your head straight through your body and coming down in between the feet. And this is considered the centered position. You can rotate a little bit to get balanced by shifting from left to right, and then get centered. And then you can also shift from the balls of the feet to the heel and get centered there. And from that, you can feel that you're now relaxed in center position, in an upright position. The vertebrae is upright, natural. The flat of the back on the below there helps you to hold up the frame. And whenever we do the movement, I want you to think of this as the center. And when you come out of each movement, come back to the center. So we'll start with our feet together, and I want you to salute, which is the first thing we usually do, is salute to the ancestors and to all the people that have done the Tai Chi before us in honor of them. And what you do is you take, and I'm going to do everything in reverse again so that you'll be doing it correctly. You take your right hand, make a fist, not tight, just loose, which is your yang, and your left hand, which is open, which is yin, and it wraps around the fist, which is the symbol of yin and yang. And this is also a salute that you give to teachers and a salute you give to the ancestors. From this position, you lift the left hand over, and then the right hand over, and then you drop them both to the sides, and you bow. The first movement will be to take a step out and have a shoulder length apart stance. And how we do that is we put all the weight onto our right foot or right side of our body so that our left foot becomes light and empty. And we can lift that foot very easily up, just taking that light little step out, making sure that the toe lines up with the other foot, and then sink into center from there. And now we're in standing position, center. Once we're in that position, we can begin the Tai Chi. The movement, the first movement, is the flowing, light floating hands, palm down, shoulders relaxed, stretching outwards, going up the shoulder height, and then allowing the elbows to sink inwards and down, and the palms facing down, going towards the hips. And as it starts to sink down, the whole body begins to sink by bending at the knees and dropping straight down. You want to avoid dropping down and being back like that. You want to drop down and slightly lean forward to compensate for this part going back. So from this position, let's practice that again. The feet are together. Take a step out. The hands float up. And the hands sink down. and we sink down with it. Each of these movements you can practice separately until you can get them, and you can stop the tape and play them back and then just practice it until you get each movement down and just go progressively. And then when you've got the whole set down, you can practice the whole set by playing the first part of the tape. So from this position where we've come up and come down, the next one is to turn your waist, not your knees, but your waist. Turn it to your right and open the palms facing up like you're about to embrace the sky. They should be straight and balanced so they're not one up or one down. Again, the waist is turned, but the knees stay forward. You look at your backhand and you bend it back until it almost touches your chin. As it goes flat here, you turn your waist forward and you allow this hand to press forward and this hand to pull back. It's called repulse monkey. From a side view, slowly moving forward and moving back. Notice that the elbow is bent, and notice that this hand is all the way to the side. The hand is lined up to the chest. And the hands are relaxed. They're not stretched and they're not completely bent. They're just slightly relaxed. Keeping the shoulders relaxed and making sure that the shoulders don't go out. They just go out and they level. From this position, you're going to turn to the left and reverse the same thing, opening up, bending at the elbow, turning, pressing forward with the left hand and pulling back with the right. From this position, then we're going to reach out as if we're going to catch a tear from the sky, and the left hand, guards the heart. From this position, turn the toe in, begin to bend the elbow, put the weight on this foot, lift the knee up, turn the waist, and reach out and step with the heel with all the weight on your back foot. And this hand is dropping down just as we did in repulse monkey. The heel goes to toe, and then shift the weight and turn the waist, and this hand goes to the hip, and this hand goes forward, and this one's called brush knee. So I'll do that again. From this position, reaching out, blocking, turning the toe in, turning and stepping, and then brush knee. Now the stance is wide so that it's about shoulder length width. Make sure that there's a stance. This front foot is pointed straight out, and this is in a 45-degree angle, and both knees are bent. The weight is slightly forward when you finish the position. I can do it from the side here. So once we get to here, we're going to turn and do the other side. We're going to reach out as if you're going to catch that tear, block the chest, turn the toe. Again, all the weight goes on the back foot. The elbow begins to bend. This counter each other, so there's a balancing fulcrum. And this lifts up the knee, the toe down, take a wide step out, that's shoulder length apart, heel, then toe, and then turn the waist, bring this hand to the hip, and this hand goes out, brush knee on the other side. So what we're doing here is reaching out to the back, turning the toe, taking a step, making sure there's a wide stance, and then brush knee. From the brush knee position, you turn over the hand until you're holding this ball of energy. It's about a little bigger than a basketball. From the chest to the waist. Their elbows are sunk, they're not up, the shoulders are relaxed. And we turn the toe in. Again, now we're going to do what we call the brush the horse's mane. We're going to put the weight on this foot, lift the knee up, take the wide step again, settle the foot down, and as we turn our waist, we'll turn and bring our hand up and this one hand down. This is like catching a bird, and this is like petting the dog. It's called brush knee. So how that looks from the side, brush knee, comes in like that, ends up like that. Turning the waist, remember the waist is the center. From here, we're going to hold that ball of energy, turn your toe in, keep the weight on the back foot again, lifting the knee, keeping the elbows and shoulders down, step out wide, and turn our waist. As we turn the waist, we go into brush the horse's mane. This hand is petting the dog, this hand is catching the bird. So from this position, the hand turns itself over, turn the toe in, and we're going to go from brushing the horse's mane, turning the toe in, turning the hand over. We're going to go into what they call moving hands like clouds, or cloud hands. We're going to make a big circle with the right, and as we reach out, or to the left I said, you step your feet together, and we'll make a big circle, and as the arm reaches out, you step out. So as you can see, this balances each other, taking the step out with the weight here until the foot's down, then circle, cloud hands, and then cloud hands back. And as this hand reaches here, this foot can lift up because it's balancing each other, keeping your line up. Step together, take a step out, telephone. Okay, from this hand turning over, we're going to go into cloud hands again. This big circle to the right, feet together, step out, balancing again, out, turning the waist, and turning the waist back, feet together, taking a step out, turning the waist, and then as we come back together, we're going to balance off the one foot and lift the knee and toe down, elbow goes up, straighten up the back, and then drop down. We'll do the other side, lift the knee, toe down, balance on the foot, arm straight, elbow down, and then open both arms as you take the step down. And we're going to scoop under, put all the weight on this foot, and lift the knee, but keep the toe down and keep it close to the leg. It keeps the balance. And coming up, and as you open the arms, then you lift the knee up as high as you can, and then drop out the heel, bringing it out. In the beginning it might be low, that's okay, and as you get stronger it'll be higher. And as you drop the knee down, step, scoop on the other side, again put the weight on this side, lift, toe down, knee up, lift, kick out and open the arms so they all close at the same time. Then step down, hold the ball of energy, lift the knee, toe down, step out in a wide stance, brush the horse's mane. Remember to turn the waist, Remember to pet the dog, catch the bird, and then backhand follows up. Turn both hands over, and then begin to sit back on your back leg. Turn your waist. Let the hand go back, and both palms are going to touch the wrist. They're going to turn the waist, and then from here, open. Imagine your hand rolling over a big drum all the way to the waist. The toe goes up, and then bring the foot down. Imagine yourself pushing the big boulder forward. You don't want to go too far out. Always keep the elbows bent. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Hold the ball of energy. Turn it around. Again, the weight on the back foot. Toe down, knee up. Take a wide step. And then turn the waist. Brush the horse's mane. Follow up the back hand. Turn both hands over. Sit back on your back leg. Turn your waist. Reach out. Bend at the elbow. Touch both palms. Turn. Press forward. Open. Roll back. Toe up. Toe down. Press forward. And now we're going to open both arms out and scoop under. And as the arms cross, we're going to bring this foot to shoulder length apart. And we're going to stand up, bring the arms up to the chest level. We're going to close, bringing the hands down gently, slowly relaxing the shoulders, looking up, and with your left foot, take a slow step back together, and then we salute. And bow. And now we're going to do it. We're going to do it again, but this time I'm going to do it the correct direction, and I'm going to turn around. So I'm going to have my back to you as if you were behind me doing the set. You have the video already showing you from the front view, and now you'll see it from the correct direction coming from the back view as if I was teaching the class. So we start, take the step, arms go up, sink down, turn the waist, reach back, repulse monkey, reverse side, repulse monkey, reaching out, guarding the heart, turn your toe in, waist turns, take a wide step out, brush knee, reaching out, turn the toe in, turn the waist, lift the knee, bend the elbow, take a step, brush knee, turn the hand over, hold the ball of energy, turn the waist, turn the toe, shift the weight, lift the knee, wide step, brush the horse's mane, hold the ball of energy, turn the toe in, turn the waist, lift the knee, wide step to the right, brush the horse's mane, turn the hand over, turn the toe in, cloud hands, feet together, turn the waist, cloud hands, take a step out, turn the waist, cloud hands again, feet together, cloud hands, take a step, cloud hands, and now bring the hand down, all the weight goes to the left foot, lift, drop down, lift the other side. You could use this hand as a balancing. if you're off balance. Toe down, that helps you to stay balanced. Drop the foot down, open the arms, scoop under, lift the knee, toe down, keep it close to your leg, open, then kick out, drop down, turn the waist, scoop, lift the knee, toe down, up, kick out, come down, turn the toe in, hold the ball of energy, lift the knee, take a wide step, brush the horse's mane, follow up, turn your waist, cross back, palms together, touching, out, roll back, pushing forward, hold the ball of energy, turn the waist, step, brush the horse's mane, follow up, turn the hands over, follow the waist, the hand goes back, forearms touch palms, press forward, open, sit back, press, open, scoop under, bring the feet shoulder length apart, come up, close, drop the hands to the side, left foot comes back together, salute, bow. So, if you take the first part of the tape and follow that as the full set, and you can play this part of the tape over, and whatever parts you are, as far as you want to practice, just practice it incrementally, either one of the 8 each time or add it each time, and then you'll eventually get the whole set together. And when that's all done, call me and I'll send you another tape. So until then, enjoy the Tai Chi tape, and I hope to meet with you again sometime in the near future.